we go. Round, what, 3, 4? I'm not sure. But we're going to try again. We got some sand and silt. I'm not going to not even set this down for a second. But I've been working on putting this down in here. So I might as well just go live. We can go ahead and give a few minutes, but we'll go ahead and turn it on. And then we can adjust. We're going to build a wall on this side right through here. Kind of around here is where I want to wick some water. Also on this side. So I kind of want to build a channel in there. And that's what I'm working. I'm going to kind of let the water do it for me, I hope. But welcome. I'm working on putting some of this sand and silt back down in here. We're going to get ready to turn the water back on and hope for the best. We've raised the wall up here on both sides. We've let it cure for 4 days. The pond has definitely held water. There's no water in our trap hole except for like a little bit of residue, but hasn't been leaking. The pond hasn't leaked. So I know, we are confident that ponds holds water, and I am confident that this creek will hold water, and the only way that water can actually get out of there is through the splash. And I think we have solved that problem as well. See a little stick laying across there. What's going on, everybody? Glad y'all stopped by real quick. We're going to turn this back on here in a minute. What's going on, Mr. E? Sound. Andy, appreciate y'all. We are going to turn this water back on here in a few minutes. I had a circulation pump in here just to keep it going while we were just to keep it circulating while we were building over here. You can see from our last live we have raised the wall up, so we added some rock here. We added this, and this. We added some little lips here to keep water. Water hits and runs back down. We added this over here. Little lips in between there. Water will run down, splash, hopefully hit and run into the creek. Not so much out of the creek anymore. We've got little barriers here and there. Appreciate it, T-Guy. Yeah, it's been a journey for sure. It's fun. Trial and error. Got this just sitting here right now. And that is going to basically cover up that, or we can set it over here. But eventually I'd like to get some rocks over in there and plant some grass or something up in that corner. But for now, you can just set this over here. Maybe one-handed. Yeah. I know it fits in there. Good enough. So, I've got the sand and silt in there. I'm going to not fill it up right this second. Basically, I'm going to let the water play with that. We've got half a bucket and a whole other bucket over here to continue to add. We'll build that wall up over there. We're going to see those little rocks that we've got. So my plan is to let this water come down through here and create its own channel. And then take these rocks that we got over here and stick them down in here, in this down below, kind of creating us good foundation to build upon. So these are the spots that I'm going to connect this sand and silt to the edges of the creek here. And then that's what's going to wick water up out of the creek and into the soil pockets. So in order to do that and to keep the sand and silt from washing down continuously, it'll just erode basically over time, the water. If we don't have a lot of these bigger rocks to create a foundation for that sand and silt pea to sit in. So where I want to be able to wick, I'm going to put these rocks as a foundation. And that we can start building on. So this water is going to come, and it's going to turn, and it's going to turn right in here, and it's going to go right on through there. But I want to be able to wick right through here into this soil pocket here, and I want to be able to wick here and there, and we will be able to wick a little up there in that pocket if we need to. But for right now, I'm just planning on letting that little bit of splash water that over there. But all we need is a little bit here, a little bit there, a little bit on that side. That will give us plenty of moisture on this soil around here. And then we can come, maybe when the water's running down through here, we can connect right in here, somewhere in here, connect this right through here, and that will water this over here. So, y'all ready? Let's turn it on. Let's turn it on. There we go, round something. Now we will get splash here at first, but we'll adjust that by putting that log up there and moving these rocks around. I can move this rock, I can move this. These will basically adjust and splash. See the splash kind of going forward there. And then we're getting a little bit back in our pond. So if that's the case, it's getting ready to come around. So if we take this log here, like we had last time, this goes right there. And voila, splash blocker. And as we take this one here, we had this one's not like that. Splash blocker. Now we get hardly any splash. Yay! Alright, go over here. See what we see. Look at that log laying across there. We are good. Still got plenty of room. Let's see. Eventually we get more soil and pile more soil up in this corner. The log can go up over there, but there's plenty more room over here for soil. Soil can come all the way up here. So we got another nice little pocket for soil. Raise that up over here, bring that all in. We're going to connect this to this. There's another there. But this here, see, can be removed. It's just holding soil back. But we're going to connect. We're going to put more soil in Digger's Cave or Digger's area here, and we can just remove this rock and then connect all right here. Bring that soil up, giving him access. So we still got all this room here for soil. We just need more soil. More soil from APSUsoil.com. They are sponsoring this grow. So we appreciate them. Dennis over there. He supplied us with all the soil in here. And as you can see, we are growing everything. This that sweet potato. All the grasses are growing. That's the wheatgrass we put in. See the wheatgrass coming up. And we got our tomato looking good. Remember, we're only in, we dialed it up to 13 hours now. We're up to 13 hours. We were at 12. We just went up to 13. And we got our basil up there. The grasses are coming on. As long as we get those roots going, that's when we can start to connect the water to the creek or to the soil. Look at how that water's pushed all that sand and silt down. And we got a little flat right here. Created a flat. Yeah, we got some fraggles. Yeah. We got some fraggles to release. Yeah, I'm just trying to dial this thing. This will be the third time, maybe, I think. Fourth time? I don't know. But I know we were getting, every time we turn the damn thing on, we get water down there. Let's see. Yeah. So it's dry. You can see dry. That fills up. And there's some residual down there, but if that starts to fill up water, and it hasn't started to fill up the water in 4 days, and if I turn it on all of a sudden and it just starts filling up with water, then I'm going to go, what the fuck? That's impossible. The pond's been holding water for 4 days. There's been nothing in the creek, so there's been no water down there. I put sand and silt down, turn the water on. If we get water down there this time, the only place it was coming out, could possibly be coming out, was the splash. So we fixed that problem. We raised the sidewalls up, we put the logs down, everything was good. And we can adjust the splash. So, let's go over here, because we're day 69 of flower right now. And we're going to be taking some tops and putting them in the control here. We added in a little bit of warm white light to the Grandmasters. Discount code Yellow Skunk if you're buying lights. But they are in the picture. Some of them don't. Some of them are going to stay for a little bit longer. Some of them need to go. Like this Cherry Grande over here. But this one's going to stay. Just getting some light to the underside. But this one's still got some time. Smells like. It's actually starting to smell a little. This is that Lunar Kiln from Luna All Day. And that, it's tough. This one's got some funky. It's really hard to place. Maybe funky licorice almost. This one over here. This is the other Lunar Kiln. This is probably one of the funkier ones in here. This one's got some Turklicious going on. Yeah, it's funky. Kind of super cropping to get the underside of these flowers to ripen up a little bit. And we're going to let that little bit of warm white light kind of do that for us real quick. And the cool white's going too. I just added in, I'll show you, I added in, I'm at 85 on the cool white, 20%, nothing on the reds, and I'm at 50%. So that's where I'm at. 318 watts I'm running, pushing 50%. That's giving me 1,000 ppfd, a little bit more, 1,100 over there, about 1,000 down here, 950-ish, 1,000-ish, and then down below in the lower, it drops as lower you go. What I'm trying to do is ripen the underside of these bad girls right here. Fuck that off and just stuff it there. Yeah, I'm just trying to. So I twisted them and then turned them. So let's see. This is the undone side, and that's the done side. You can see the terp difference. Look at the color. Lime green, covered in terps. Lime green, covered in terps. So this is the side that I want to ripen. So I just kind of twisted it and turned it, and now I'm letting the light hit that side of it. Same thing up here. Twist and turn and hang. This one over here, same thing. See, lime green, not so lime green, lime green, not so lime green. This side's done, this side's not done. Kind of like flipping pancakes, huh? Time to flip the pancakes. Gotta get both sides. We don't have under canopy lights, so we need to get light to that side. Same thing over here. Super terpy. Not so super terpy. Super terpy. Not so super terpy. Light creates power. Power creates terps. It's all about that light at this point. We don't need fan leaves. Everybody goes, you can put it on fan leaves. I won't have any fan leaves left when I'm done. But these things go straight into the Canatrol, just like that. If it's on there, I'll chop and drop everything. Everything goes back into the bed. The only thing that leaves this building is this flower here, and it goes right in the Canatrol. So like this here is a perfect example. This is the top. So I twisted it, and now I turned it, and you can see the difference. I just want that light to be able to get over there. In fact, I kind of wanted to get another string here and pull this up like that. So that's what we're doing right now. We're letting them frosty up on both sides. See, we might not even be ready today. You know, now that I'm looking at them, I was hoping they would be ready by this time, but you can see that clearly they're still not like that. We want them like that all the way around. And you can see they're undone on this side. We're just going to give them more time, more light. More light. I like the fruit, man. These are freaking, I would say, let me stick some up my nose real quick. I mean, it's straight up just burnt rubber, sour milk, little bit of maybe like a berry in the background, but like the OG funk is there. It's a very nice, the raspberry deadhead from Luna Whitcomb. Turned out to be pretty nice even after the crash. We thought, come on up there. We thought that we had just destroyed these ladies. But even the lower buds are tight and right. I'm just filling them in right now. So I won't take the lowers. And I'll take these before we take the lowers. Like these will be done long before, like say these down here. I want to get these ripe too. Those are my testers. Yeah, that smells like I just like went outside and did a burnout in the driveway. And then what you smell, the residue, that burnt rubber, that's what that shit smells like. And it's got a little bit of berry in the background. It's like you just smell burnt rubber and some berries in the back. Like you just ate some berries and you're smelling smoke. It's pretty wild. But it stays 69. We've lost probably a week in lockout due to the crash, but everything stormed right on back. The dog fennel turn. I mean, it's as long as the dog fennel's growing green like this, we're good. Like this, these are basically my identification plants. Like if these things start to go bad, these are directly connected to the creek. Like the roots are right beside it. Same with these empress trees. Here's the lucky bamboo. I mean, this shit, I didn't know lucky bamboo could get that big. This is stuff you get in aquariums at the store. Started off way down there. This little stick here. And then it shot this one out here. And that one went, meow. Crazy. But yeah, if you see these start to go bad, then we know something's wrong with our water. Probably going into lockout. Most of the time, if our creek is dialed in, it's crazy how it works. If the creek water is good, then I guess the pH of everything that it's wicking up is good, and the plants just can uptake their nutrients. If we get the water off, all that water that's being wicked into the soil is basically toxic, and everything in the soil shuts down. Everything goes into lockdown mode and basically waits for me to fix the problem. And that's what we had to do. So once we had lost the algae, it was like, see ya. The algae is what's filtering our water. It doesn't seem to mind the warm white. Definitely loves the cool white though. Cool whites, everything loves cool white. You fuck with those damn reds, far red and deep red, and you're messing with your life. I'm telling you, or their lives anyway. They do not like that. These things eat light, so I was basically laser beaming their ass with some laser beam. They don't like laser beam. They like the cool white light. I'm just aerating right now. You can see the moisture line. See the moisture line right there? That's the moisture line. So this stays wet, and then you have to go a little bit deeper down to get the moisture, but that's where it stays. That moisture line right in there, that's where all the critters like to hang out. See, it's kind of like aerate. It just aerates like crazy. These little isopods. Oh, hold on. There we go. And I disconnected all of this through here just because I was wicking too much water. Yeah, I can't. YouTube doesn't let me turn the screen. If I turn the screen, it does that. You're in knockout mode. You can't. YouTube, when you go live, you can only do that when you post a video. You have to have it up and down when you go live. I know it sucks. I try and watch it on my TV too, and it's like, that sucks. It's best to watch it on your phone, really. But the quality also sucks on it too. But we're going to be fixing all that here soon. We're going to get us new cameras. We're going to have live cameras. We're going to have cameras where you can watch the pond, camera where you can watch the creek, camera where you can watch the flowers, camera where you can watch the fish. You'll be able to tune in to either my YouTube channel. We'll be live most of the time on YouTube and on the website, YellowSkunkFarms.com. I'm going to get somebody in here who knows what the hell they're doing and set us up. But, yeah. This is still running. That's good. We didn't have a problem with it running. The only problem we were having was that splash. We're getting 0 over here now, and it's not even wet. And what was happening is it was building up so much water on the edge of this creek here, and it would create a stream, and go right on down, and just after 10 days, it just filled up our E horizon. So, yeah, that's what was happening. We were losing a lot of water. Wasn't the pond, I know that. It wasn't the creek, I'm pretty sure. It was just this splash. See how it was building up like right here. But then this would create, see that stream that just went down? That's what was happening. It was creating a stream here, right on down. So, not getting any water on that side of there. That's good. All the water is basically hitting this log here, splashing up, hitting that log. We are getting some right through here. A lot of it looks like it's coming from the top up here. Move this a little bit. that helps a lot. Now all of it's just hitting that log there. We can adjust this a lot of different ways. So I had these rocks sitting here. Like if I'm getting too much splash, I can always just add to it. I can always put another rock right here. Just find me something, you know. I'll find me another rock, put it right there, put me another one right here. But I don't think we'll have to, I think we can adjust up here. Adjust this here. It's not never ending. Once you dial it in, it does change a lot. Yeah, you have to steward it for sure. I mean, it's not something you can just set and forget and just, I mean, anything is like that. You got an aquarium, you want to take care of that, you can't just set it and forget it. Definitely takes some work. But what doesn't? Once I dial it in though, once I get the right rock in the right place, it'll flow differently. You can see how it changes everything just by simply moving and turning. Now that water is up in there, but most of it is hitting right in there and splashing back down, coming back around. Could set a camera up right here. Y'all can watch and let me know when the splash gets crazy. We have splash alert. The splash getting crazy, bro. You see that little splash every once in a while, and then that looks like it catches on that log right there. So that log is essential. It looks like. You could even get one that's a little bit bigger, but most of that is being caught by that small log right there. Now, I don't have a problem with pests. This is a diverse system. So the bigger and better and more diverse, the less pests you'll have. That's just nature. And then you get really good soil, and the plants get so healthy that no pests really want to mess with your plant. They'll come in maybe and eat all the stuff down at the bottom, and when they do, they get eaten by road beetles and springtails and everything else down there. But yeah, it's pretty crazy actually. I mean, I never thought that when I first started this journey, definitely thought about pests a lot because that's all I was dealing with. When I was growing in pots, like I had a 4x4 bed, I had 30-gallon bed, I had a 10-gallon pot, I had all these different things. And it was crazy how the pests would just, if you weren't extremely dialed in, then or knew what you were really doing, you were going to have pests like the spider mites. Oh my shit. Jesus Christ. Spider mite. Don't even talk about spider mite. Insane. I mean, it's like they love the flower. They get off on the flower on the spider mite. But I have not seen the first. I'm telling you, we had an infestation of spider mites in this building. Like I had a 4x4 bag sitting over there. I had all these other stuff sitting over here. Spider mite heaven. insane. I go putting this in, I put all this in, I build this. I haven't seen a spider mite since I did it. Like, especially when it comes to the diversity down here. Like, it's insane. And once you dial in, like if you watch our show Thursdays, Soil Discoveries, with me and Mo, I Grow Soil. It's Thursdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on this channel. We go live. Actually, this Thursday, we got Matt Powers. If you don't know who Matt Powers is, it's basically the guy that's taught us how to analyze soil under a microscope and look for the good and look for the bad. And when you can dial in the soil biology, your plants will just automatically take off. They have no choice, really, but to. That's what they want to do. They want to grow. They want access to nutrient. And we can literally show you the living beings in the soil that are mining and breaking down all the nutrient for the plants to uptake. And then the plants take the light and turn that into currency, basically sugars, and push it down into from their veins down into the soil. And they say, hey, give me calcium. And they say, okay, give me some sugar. Here's some sugar for some calcium. And voila. Life goes on. Everybody's happy. So we got enough diversity in there. All the different types of shit. It's basically a shit loop. And I'm going to sit down for a second and talk about shit. It's a shit loop. So the more different types of bugs and critters we have in here, the more types of shit we have. Insect frass. We have a diverse amount of it. We have the worms, all the nematodes, basically. See that right there? That's worm cat. That used to be what was in these buckets right here. What's in that creek right there, what's in this creek right here, is that. After the worms and all the critters had run through it and shit it out. And if it stays moist all the time and is fed all those little critters that are in that, the nematodes, the ciliates, protozoa, the flagellates, all that shit that they talk about, the stuff that you really can't pronounce unless you're a damn scientist, it's in that. And it's constantly being fed by the creek. And all the biology that's in that pond, that's being filtered down through the system, it's being wicked up, feeding the microbiology constantly. It's like a constant compost extract almost, if you think about it. I mean, I'm basically bubbling it with the waterfall up there. I'm aerating it in the pond. I'm sending it down the stream, and it's being pulled in by the algae and the roots and the sand and the silt, just wicking it on up. That is exactly what you're trying to look for when you're building soil. It's I don't know, it gets so extremely complicated, and then it gets so extremely simple when you think about it in the basic form. Like everything on the planet, when it's born, first thing it wants to do is suck on a titty. It wants to eat. And then it probably wants to grow a little bit, and then it wants to hunt for something to eat, and then it wants to form a family, and then it wants to, build a home, and then it wants to hump, and then it wants to create more life, and then it's going to die. That's pretty much the cycle of life. So it's the same exact thing with the microorganisms. It's the same thing with all the critters down here. I just gave them a home. I gave them a big enough place and a constant food source, constant water source to do their thing, to create their own little city. I used to love playing Sim City. You know, I sit in my damn room and play Sim City for hours, building cities, and just basically real. I mean, I didn't even realize what I was doing until I started doing something like this. I was, you know, I take it back to that because that's kind of how it is. I mean, you have to have, you know, your predators, your prey, you got to have it the whole 9 yards, so to speak, in order for you to get balance. And balance is what they always talk about. And I was like, how the fuck do you get balance? It's almost impossible to stay in balance in a 30-gallon bag or a 4x4 bed or anything that isn't, you know, has some mass to it, where you can actually have enough space to build a home, to have a life, and then to procreate, and then continue the cycle on down. They got to have a home. They got to have, you know, buildings. They got to have amusement park. They got to have water. They got to have fire, rescue. They got to have all these different things. And then you got to, and my job is to manage. You know, once I build it, management is key. So in management, all you got to do is give your workers what they need to survive and what they need to work, and then pay them. And these guys work for free. All they need is chop and drop. They like dead organic matter. And that's their currency. And then the microbes, they like sugar. And sugar comes from this right here. And the more of these we have, the more plants, the more green, the more sunlight is hitting all this. This is creating sugar. We don't have to do shit. We don't have to add molasses. We don't have to add sugar. The sugar is already being made in the proper form. You know, the plant is doing that. The plant is so fucking smart, guys. I'm telling you, it's way smarter than we are. They're on a fucking quantum level here. This is quantum shit we're talking about here. You want to break it down. This is so simple. It has roots. Puts them down into the soil. Everything that's coming up into this plant right here is right here in these leaves. It's been built by all the microorganisms, and it basically took light and turned it into carbon. And then we turn carbon into structure. And here's your structure right here. And the science is extremely complicated. You can go into chemistry and physics and all the other goddamn things, but the basics, it wants to eat, build, shit, and die. Suck, bang, blow, baby. You know what I mean? Suck, bang, blow. This is simple. Easy peasy. Anybody can do this. I'm not saying anybody can build what I built. I'm saying that the concept of this is, you already know it. It's been taught to us. It's just been taught kind of the wrong way. It was definitely taught to me the wrong way. I know that. I had no idea any of this shit existed. I didn't know anything about microorganisms and how plants did their thing, or how sunlight is the source of all energy, and how microorganisms release the plants release exudates, which is basically sugars, down these veins they have here. See them veins? Yeah. They all lead somewhere. Kind of like your mouth leads down to your asshole. You know what I mean? It's the same tube. Same tube. Got all kinds of stuff in it too. That's breaking down organic matter and releasing energy to you so I can sing to you. You don't want that. Look at that guy. It's like a little baby jumping spider. Look how tiny he is. You know, those things are smart as shit. Those jumping spiders are smart. I've seen them huge too. That's a baby. He doesn't even have any white dots on him yet. What's up, Christopher Galaxy? What's up, Mud? Everybody I've been missing. Hard for me to look at the chat and look at this baby jumping spider. So he shits too, you know. You get enough of those. You'll be doo-dooing all over the place. Doo-doo holds the key. So that's what they do. Those worms, that's what I put down some fresh sand and silt the other day, and all that fresh stuff right there will be gone. That's just food for these guys. They love that stuff. And all the mineral, all the bacteria, and all the fungi, all that stuff that's trapped inside, all those minerals will be released to the plant or to the soil, where the plants can then have access, where the bacteria and these microbes can come out. So what I've learned is that the root, you know, basically the tap root is where everything comes in at, and then it's the little fine root hairs that are coming off all those roots. The root hairs is where your little microbes come out and go out, like kind of like aliens coming out of their little huts, like and they fly off and they fucking do their thing and they come back and they bring back whatever it is that they went out to get. So it goes in through the main roots and then out through the root hair, which is pretty cool, and how that works. And it's all these tiny bacteria and all these microbes, fungi, all these things are in and out of these plants all the time, depending on what type of plant you're running or growing. Depends on what it pulls up, what it's asking for. If it's asking for more boron or zinc or iron or all these things, all that stuff is trapped inside that sand, silt, pea gravel, clay, and all those minerals are trapped inside that. And that's what these workers are there to release that stuff to them. This way we don't have to keep doing it over and over and over again. That sand and silt, it's got everything we need in it. Yeah, I'm just taking a little break, talking some shit. But this stuff here, this is what it used to look like. This is all it is. I mean, straight out of the reservoir, straight out of my creek here on the property. So I can just take this, and simply by doing this right here, I will wick water now. I've just connected that spot. That will stay wet. And it'll turn into that black stuff right there eventually, when the worms and all the critters get done with it. And it'll wick water, continuously wick water. You can see the water line right there. See, it stays moist. It's a little dry on top there, but moist there. But just underneath that dry, it's wet. Just the air hits it right there more, and it just, it's not as saturated. But that's the key to how this thing works. Oh yeah, I know it's holding water. I know I was losing way too much up here in the splash. We're not losing any now. She's dry on this side. There's hardly any splash coming out of there right now. I'm not getting it hardly any in my whirlpool right there. That's like a little mini galaxy right there. That's how the galaxy was formed. Right there. Check it out. Look at it grabbing everything around it, pulling it in to its own little whirlpool. Now how that's doing that right there, I mean, I'm assuming it's just pump. It's right over top of the pump. So the pump is pulling down and in, and then that's just creating that little spin. And it'll eventually go right on over there and touch and disappear. That's cool. I love watching shit like that. That's good. So that's kind of what we're after over here. Create so many different spots for poo to trap, little gold traps through here. So we can add pea gravel up into here. We can create little pockets. Let's just dig down and create that little pocket right there. We can add another rock right here. So I've had these. So this one could go like right here. Let's see how we create that. We can do anything we want. That's the cool part about that. I can create any type of ripple I want. I can add more pea up there. I can put a rock right here if I want. Raise the water table like that. We can come this down here. Create another one right in here. Turn it this way. Creating that little riptide right there. Not riptide, but what am I trying to say? What are we saying? Whitewater rafting. Anybody ever been whitewater rafting before? That's pretty fun. We did it in West Virginia, me and my dad. Did the New River Gorge and the gully. That was fun. So there's our flat. You can see that I just let it create its own thing, and you can see that it created a flat right here. So what I want to do is I want to channel though. I don't want a flat. I want to channel. Channel coming down through. So now instead of that water coming around the sides, it's shooting through the center now a lot faster. Then we can place rocks like this in the middle and let them kind of split. And it's going to create little spots you can actually watch. You can actually watch the bubble. Let's watch the bubble. You can actually watch the bubble come back up the river, or up the creek. Just simply by, see that bubble coming back around, it's wanting to go up. Ain't that cool? And all from that current going past and pulling around the rock, and it's whipping around the rock and pulling the air bubble back up the side. That's cool shit. It's almost defying laws of physics. Like the bubbles are screaming by, but yet here's one. Yeah, working his way on up. Pretty cool. Yeah, like a kid. Yeah, it is playground. That's kind of the reason why I built this thing, for me to play. We're gonna add some more of this. Like I said, we're gonna build a wall up right through here. We gotta get these rocks in there. These are the foundation rock. Gotta build us a foundation here. We're gonna want one. We're gonna have some over here too, huh? Better save some over here. We do have this big monster here. It might be best over here, huh? Kind of fits right there perfectly, actually. Push that down right there. This one can go over there. So, this one can go around here. Just as simple as this, huh? Put it in there. Shouldn't need as much as we had taken out, but still got another bucket. 2 buckets actually. Then again, we're doing things a little different than last time, so who knows how much we'll need. Well, we got a lot more room for sand and silt, you see all that. All that room. So we'll be playing with this for a while, getting it to do what we want it to do, really. You can kind of see how we're building up the side walls here. This is going to wick. This is where we're going to wick right through here. We're going to wick right through here. We're going to wick right through there and let the stream run right through. So this is going to allow us to plant plants down through here. Like this grass here needs to go in the water badly. But she's been hanging tough. Might come back. Put some more of these rocks in here. So what I'm going to try and do is where that water's coming down through here, we're going to try and create a little catch point right here too. That's what we had going on last time, except last time we had it kind of up a little bit further. Some more rocks. All of these rocks, but I need to get more probably. Alright, that's all that. That's 3 buckets down the tube. Something right there. Now, I got this one over here. He's got more of the bigger rock in it. This little saving, Jesus. Please don't break. What's up, Alaska? Golf, Galaxy, what's up, everybody? Sorry, I'm trying not to sweat. There we go. Doing this one-handed for y'all. So you see, we have created a little bit of a wall. We're almost there. We're going to fill in all of the, you see we still got all of this space here. But I don't want to bring it up. And you can see how we got our V here. So that's by design. You just bring the curvature in a little bit on here, a little curvature there. When it flows over, we bring them together and get that beautiful V there, which comes into a perfect straight line into the pool. It's the deep aerating instead of having it go all over the place, you know what I mean? Kind of like a beeline right there to it. Didn't want a whole lot of, turbulence right here. I just wanted a boom, nice sound, unlike up there. I didn't want this to look like that. If that makes sense. You could definitely bring in some more water, of course, but right now we really don't need. One thing I did forget about was my damn minnow trap down at the reservoir. It's been there for over a week. I wonder if we got minnows. It's kind of exciting to think about, huh? We might have to go down there and check it out. Let me see here. I think we were going to fill this in. Yeah, I think we're going to take this and slowly add it in. So we don't get a mess. Let's see. So that water is going to come. It's going to come around here, and it's going to hit this. We're going to fill this in. It's going to hit right in here. And then we can put. You know what? I got another rock up there. This one, this one might be too big. We're gonna try it, but this one, right there. There we go. So, this one actually might be perfect. Need to bring it up some more. Need more pee. Need more pee. Try this one here and see what happens. Maybe this one here. No, still no splash. We're gonna splash. We got her down pat now, Bubba. We got her down pat. She's dialed in. Splash is going right into that log right there. See it? Almost 95% of the splash is getting caught by that log. And it'll just get caught and drip right on the log, right back down into the creek. But nope, not even wet over here. Wet little bit right here. And I think we stopped most of that too. That's not enough to be concerned about. Most all of it's hitting that log right there. Every once in a while you get one, but that one's going straight back into the creek. I'm not getting hardly in it. Every once in a while I get a little tip in the pond, but not much. Nowhere near what it was, huh? It was splash, 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 splash. Oh, double checking a couple of days. I'll be double checking this for the rest of my life. I ain't gonna be double checking in a couple of days. I'll be looking at that bitch every day. I'll be in here every day, like eyeballing that motherfucker. Checking for wet spots. How many of y'all gotta go in and check the wet spots when you're growing? Probably a lot of you if you're doing DWC. Or hydroponics. That's always fun. I think I got a job. Once this is dialed in, there's not a whole lot to it. Once you get it right, it's just a matter of then taking care of all the other things, the life that's growing in it, basically. Taking care of the life that's growing in her. Hand by hand. Hand pile by hand pile. That's how we roll in here. Could just dump it in there, but I ain't gonna. Fun would that be? That's right, aquascape with purpose. I like that. There you go. Gotta get that. We gotta get enough wall built on both sides to get us some wicking action going. And that right there is gonna do it. See that right there? It's gonna come right on up and defy gravity. Pull water up the hill. Is that cool? Gonna defy gravity. So you see where we're at here. So water is going to come in right there. It's going to be full right, and then all we got to do is put some more right here and extend it into the soil. And then all of this will get water. Guaranteed. We can pull it right up that wall. How far down that water is. We'll do the same over here. Right into where my little boy is over here. My son is in there getting ready to cut the grass. We had no water flowing over here, so we've been disconnected. So the grass over here just, this is creek grass. So if it ain't in the creek, it don't do too well. See? If I put this back in the creek, and in about 2 to 3 weeks, I bet you, we'll get green grass back. One thing we're going to need is more of those bigger rocks to stick on that side to be able to get the sand to stay up there. So I'm just bringing this silt all the way to the top of this line here. if I bring it up onto the wall, I already know I'll mess up my bee and it'll back up. So I want plenty of room through here to play with. Plenty of room to play with. You see we're getting air bubbles all the way down. Let's see here. Whoops, too far. Our air bubbles, see the bubbles? The bubble? Right on into the depths of the sea. So we're back and ready to connect again. So I live near a river. I live on a freshwater reservoir. So yeah, there's one pump right over there. Pumps up water, and circles around, just like over here. One pump system. No filtration. The creek is the filtration. So we got Cooter and Scooter and Cooter over here. Oh, there's Cooter over there. That's Cooter. And we got, looks like Twink over there, but Cooter's over there in the corner. Let's see, well, there's Scooter. There she is. I see you, hiding. Cooter's behind there, a goldfish. Right behind that log there. But yeah, there's a one pump, pumps water from over there. It's about 150 gallons of water. Another probably 50 in the creek. That's flowing around and cleans the water before it gets back to the pond. You know, all these roots are what's cleaning everything. We got roots all the way around. We got the grass roots. We got the flower roots. We got what? Base 69 of flower here. This is our 5th run over here in this bed with no amendments. So I'd say it works pretty well. Works pretty well. I got that over here, and then we got food over here. So we've got tomato over here right now. We're just starting this up. So this is our 3rd or 4th time, dialing this in. This is our sweet potato we put in. We put a lot of wheatgrass in here just to get some roots going. You can see some sprouted. This is grass from over there. This needs to go in here. So these types of grasses will root. Hopefully that makes it. Should. But these grasses out here are terrestrial grasses. And then we've got other green grass over there. That's aquatic grass. So our aquatic grass we can take from over here if you'd like. So if I need some, I just come over here and pull a little out. This will inoculate this over here. Voila. Now that right there will spread. It'll spread wherever that silt is. It'll spread down into the creek. It'll spread everywhere. We can build, like I said, we can keep putting in sand and silt up there to create more of a channel. But right now we don't need to. You see a little bit right there. It looks kind of gimpy. Let's build this out. Let me get some more bigger rock. I need to get some structured rock, some structure rock. What I need? Bigger rock, hand fist size, that we can put right here, and then put pea gravel on top of those big rocks like we did over here. See, we dropped a little pool right here. We got us a little pool, a little kiddie pool. A little better. A little better. So my idea was that log coming across the pond here. I was going to set a log like right across there. What we're going to do is build an aquascape down in here. I'm going to find another log, a big one. It's going to set right down here, and then this will connect to that, and that will be a walkway for turtles if need be. But right now we're just going to put some, if we don't have any minnows in our minnow trap, we will go to the bait and tackle shop down the street, grab us some bullheads. That's where we got the couple of bullheads, the minnows from over there, which I think all those were lost in the crash, and the turtles ate those. We lost Shiner as well. But yeah, we ought to go down there and check and see if we got. Do I ever watch Aquascape build streams and ponds? I watch all kinds of shit, bro. I watch a lot of stuff. I watch a lot of stuff. I like the pond guys. I like Ants Canada. I like all that stuff, man. I'm really into like the quantum stuff now, so I'm really researching into quantum physics and quantum science and quantum computing, and really trying to learn. That's where these guys are. These guys are on the quantum level. And scientists are you wait till they crack quantum computing. It ain't but probably 5-6 years off. And you think shit's crazy now. Wait till AI gets quantum capability. That'll be fun. You don't think you know what's real now. Should be interesting. Let's see, what do we want? We want to go down. Do we want to go down to the reservoir? Let's check our minnow trap. I've got to go get the key. If y'all can bear with me for a second, I'll go get the key. We will ride down there. So hang tight real quick, and I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. We gotta, let's go for a quick ride down to the reservoir. And we'll see if we got any minnows. Raining out here, shit. Yeah. Get in the ride because I ain't walking. Johnny don't like it when I go down here. Down here, the reservoir, and got a little hiding spot down here. Am I back? All right, I'm back. I'm trying to stay connected. I got this pole I can reach up. Shit, just watch where we're going. I'm trying to keep an eye on whether I'm connected or not, but I gotta go down here. Go down. Damn, a storm just came through here. Fuck shit up. So this is the reservoir. The trees down everywhere. Tree down here. So we got our rope over here. Yeah, nothing. Oh yeah, we did got one. We got a. Hey buddy. We got a shiner. And you know what I didn't do? I didn't bring a fucking bucket down here. What a moron. Alright, we'll leave him right there for now. I didn't think I'd have anything. I gotta go get a bucket. You'll never make it back up without a bucket. I don't have a bucket on me. Hey. You want to ride around the property? We can ride around the property real quick. Got 6 acres over here. put the fence up about 3 years ago when I moved in. Uh-oh. We got a fence down. Storm damage. Storm damage. How the hell did that come out? How did that come out? How did that come out? I have to set the phone down for a second. There we go. Back to normal. Oh, look at this. Look at all this moss. Shiny. Oh, this is where I get all cool stuff from. Some moss and some, what is that called? Lignin, something shit like that. And a mushroom. So eventually, I'm gonna get a gazebo down there. I gotta come down here with a freaking chainsaw. Then we come over here. This is where my house is gonna be. We're gonna build a house right here. And it's gonna overlook this. My hammock spot down here. So this is where we hang the hammock. On that tree there. And this is the view. You got almost panoramic view there. All the way around. And the house will go back there. You see people out there right now fishing. Yeah, I came down here without a bucket. I'm a dumbass. But I know where one's at. And I don't have to walk to get it. So I'm happy. Oh, maybe I will be walking. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Oh, maybe we're going forward. Damn it, storm. Storm brought down some shit. Look at the tree over here. This is where I put in the boat at. Slot right there. Pretty down here today. Mosquito heaven. This is where my IMO comes from. I'll show show you where my IMO comes from. You can see I've got these huge, I've got oak here, got beech, there's some poplar in here. This oak tree right here, it's got this moss. And this is where I come to get my soil, or my IMO basically. So all of this is diversity. So if you dig down, that is nature at its best. Don't get no better than that. You can't make it better than that. I'm telling you. You can't make it better than that. It's been there. We're at this whole hillside here. Runs right down to the water, all that water, and on this back side of this oak tree here, you see all the moss that grows. None on the back side, all on, well, not on the front side, all on the back, I guess you want to say, but all that water runs down. And it stays perfectly moist all the time. Pretty cool. And over here, all of this, I've raked all of this. And it'll come right back, which is cool. It's like peat moss. It don't get no better than that. You can't make it like that, I'm telling you. You could compost till your day's done. You ain't gonna find what's in that. Yeah. Let's see if we can get the fuck out of here. I gotta go save Shiner. Shiner Jr. Shiner Jr. is in the bucket, or almost. He's in the trap anyway. Fucking floor it. Yeah, this house goes right here. We live up there right now. That's my grandparents' old place. This is where my new place is gonna be down here. So I had it all leveled. Like this was a big hill, big mound. And we paid a company to come out here and basically clear cut and flatten all this area right through here where we could get it a nice spot to put a foundation. And then my plan is a house over there and then a food forest over here. So all this, maybe a yurt right there and then trees. But the final plans, that's why I haven't planted anything down here yet. Somebody asked me the other day why I haven't planted trees. And I was like, well, because we're still in the planning. I don't know where the garage is going to go. I don't know where the actual house, I don't know where anything's going to be. So I'm not going to plant until I know. Here's another damn mushroom. Huge. Mushroom stop. Look at this guy. Oh, he got out. Did you see that? The damn bee stuck in the spider web. He got out though. Let me forget to get a bucket. Johnny's looking at me like, what the motherfucker? You didn't take me. You mother. Even got water in it. Oh, listen now. Shiner Junior's on the way. See how big we can get Shiner. This is how big the first one was when I got him. One Shiner. If I was smart, I'd take the Shiner and put him on a hook. And try and catch me a crappie. All right, buddy. You're about to have the happiest day of your little life. And if you ain't already dead. There he goes. Oops. Oops. Damn. Kill the damn thing. He's in there. We got him. As we lose the minnow trap. I need some more water in here though. There we go. Get a little leaf matter in there for him. He's in there. Oh, fucking Jesus. Country boy will survive. All right, we'll come back for the minnow. We need more food anyway. I mean for the minnow trap. We'll come back for the minnow trap. Gonna go get Shiner Junior in his new home. Ooh. That there is a different type of mushroom. You don't get those very often. Usually I don't find them in here. Ooh. Another mushroom. Mm-hmm. Take one, leave the rest. Mm-hmm. Get out of here without dumping the bucket over. Shiner Jr.'s in the house. See how long this thing lasts. I'll give it a week. Got some mushrooms here we'll take in. Come back for Shiner. Get us some spores here, some spores here, some spores over there. I try and take care of all my critters, which is why we're going to inoculate him. We're just going to keep him in the bucket, but we're going to put some of that water in here. So all I got to do really is, I'm not going to put him in. What I am going to do is give me some water. There he is. So, a little bit of inoculation of that water, and we'll let him sit here for about 30 minutes or so. And we'll see how he looks. I'm just turning this on, that's why I'm kind of hesitant to put him right in, but I mean, it shouldn't be any issue. I had a circulation pump going. It's the same water as over there in the other, basically rainwater. So we could add some fresh water to it. But he'll stay in this bucket here for a little bit. It's got plenty of organic matter in there to munch on. And soon he'll have a whole big old pond for himself. Junior. We'll call him Junior. Call him Junior. Ooh, I'm sweating now. Humid as shit outside. And my shoes. Yeah, it's 82 in here and it feels cool. And I thought it was cold in here and it's 82. If it's 82, that means that my humidity, that means my VPD is probably up around the 150-ish, 1.50, 1.55, somewhere around in there. Humidifier set at 65, I'm at 82, that means I'm up there on the scale. But I'm not going to raise the humidity just to balance out that. Right? It just doesn't make any sense to try and fuck with that. It's only hot in here because it's hot outside. And what time is it? Yeah, it's 3 o'clock already, so by 6 o'clock it'll be 78 back in here. So there's no real reason to turn the AC on or anything like that. It's set on auto. The mini split set on auto. 78 is where I keep it right now, and about 60% on the humidity is where I like to be. And the flowers are close. I don't know if we're going to cut today though. We're thinking about giving them another Well, the rest of today and tomorrow, mainly because they still look lime green on the backside. So you can see that's lime green right there. And if you flip it over, it's done on that side. Still lime green on this side. So flipped our pancake, so to speak. You can see it's done on that side, but not quite done on this side. Give them a little bit more time. A little bit more time. They're tight and right though, I'll tell you that. They are very well structured nugs. Somebody asked why I take all the sugar leaves with it. 'Cause I ain't growing sugar leaves. Sugar leaves go back in the soil. I don't want nothing to do with no sugar leaf. Sugar leaf is basically what I'm putting back into the soil, feed. That is my sacrifice to the gods, to the soil gods. Sugar leaf. They get sugar leaf, I get the bud. It's a fair exchange, I think. The nug gods, to the soil gods, they must eat. All kinds of stuff. Ivy is going crazy. Look at this, a new hiding in the bushes, a new empress tree hiding in the ivy. Look at that. The ivy was covering it up. It's trying to hide. This one over here, look, new one. There's another one coming out the woodwork. Shit. It's what? What's up, buddy? Appreciate everybody stopping by. You can't grow no big buds in there, you'll get powdery mildew. Powdery mildew, motherfucker. Fuck you. You powdery mildew ass. Maybe you need to wipe your ass if you got powdery mildew. You know powdery mildew up in here. I'm talking to myself, not anybody in chat. That's just what I hear all the time. Powdery mildew, powdery mildew. Gotta wipe your ass, son. You gonna get that powdery mildew. You gonna get that funk in the trunk. That bidet you're using only goes so far. Gotta wipe that ass. Phew. Stinky. Smell like ass. I guess that's a good thing in here. Look at this thing. It's like a freaking, I don't know. It's like gotta be 3 feet tall. Moving like that. I'm gonna sell cuts, this motherfucker. Anybody want a cut? You better have space. Yeah. Raw. Tell me that some bitch ain't pumping some damn sugar down in the soil. Sugar leaf that. I've been looking for Digger. Oh, look at that. I've been looking for Digger. And Digger has emerged. Y'all waited long enough. You waited 2 hours. And look what you get. Hey, buddy. What's up, Dig? Ain't no joke, are you, buddy? You hungry? You want something to eat? Come. This is the only reason you come out and see me is when you're hungry. All right. This thing won't stay up. Stay. Hold on, Digger. I got you. I got you. Yeah. Let me zoom in on this a little bit. Watch it. He'll eat out of my hand. It'll be like the third time he's eating out of my hand. Come over here in the water tank so you don't lose it. Yeah. Get it, Digger. Oh. It's right here, Digger. Here. Here. Right here. Fool. Oh, shit. Damn worm. Hold still. Your death is imminent. Don't bite my finger, Digger. You want it right there? There you go. Get that thing. Yeah. Yeah. It's all you, buddy. Poop loop. Oh yeah, he knows me. He comes over here whenever he wants to eat. When he doesn't want to eat, or when he's full, he's back up in his little cave up there. But he'll come down here to get water, and he'll just hang out here until I see him, because he knows I feed him. Been feeding him since he was a pup. He's only probably a year old. He ain't been out the ground long, I know that. You got to get that thing just right before he starts to get it down his throat. Yeah, he sits in his den until he's hungry. He knows. I mean, it'll probably take him 10 minutes to get that thing down. So he knows I'm watching him. But can I eat in peace? Oh, he's playing with his food. Are you playing with your food, Digger? Don't play with your food, Digger. Eat that thing. Alright guys, I'm getting hungry. So we've been going 2 hours. We're flowing. I don't see any more water in our hole. That's a positive. Our splash is under control. Let's go check the splash one more time, and then I'm going to get out of here because my belly's growling. We got Junior over here hanging out. There's Junior. Come back out, put him in. This is the only spot that I see build up, but it's not building up hardly any enough to. Although I do wish this rock was tilted just a little bit. Well, we had a little B line of concrete right here to run down into there. You see a little bit of water built up right here. But none on this side. Everything's hitting this log here. Seems to be. Everything's dry down here. There's only one way to know though, and that's just to let it run. Let it run. Let it run, let it run. And see what happens. Trial and error. That's all we got. I can sit here and hope all I want, but trial and error is how we're going to get this done. Most all that splash is hitting that log right there. Some of it's getting up to here, but most of it's hitting right there. See it? It's hitting that log right there. Some of it's hitting right here. But not much. Not much. So before, this log right here would have been soaking wet. Like we would have been getting so much splash. This down here would have been wet. So that's going to be a good sign, you know, tell. Like this is dry down here right now. I mean, it's a little moist, but not wet at all. Our basil here looking good. Whew. Yeah, basil. Pump. Now all we gotta do is get a hose for our D here. Run a hose to the back side of this. Let that D water run back in there and top us off. And we'll be good to go. Only took a month. Yeah, you can place moss on those rocks. Yeah. Yeah. In fact, like that. That moss, it stays wet too. It stays completely saturated. And then we've got this type of moss over here that the worms really just tear it up. See that moss right there? And then this moss down here. But it doesn't last long, mainly because worms come up and just destroy it. We've got some more over there on that side. Like I said, the worms are just destroying it. But then we've got our star moss over here. It is doing well. See our star moss over there? That's growing like crazy. Oh yeah, we'll get some moss up. If we can get it to stay, like I said, we're gonna raise the soil level up. We could place moss all through here, and then up through there. Yeah, absolutely. Put some on that log. Absolutely. Let's see how this is. Just by doing that, change everything. What's going on, Jay? Sin. Yep. Appreciate it. It's a work in progress. This is all trial and error right now. You know, it's only this one over here has only been running for a year and a half. This one's been running for about 2 hours. So, but we've had stuff in there. We've actually run it multiple times, filled it up multiple times, resealed it, took it apart, resealed it, taken it apart, found splash stones, found it, you know, just trial and error in it. This is our third or fourth time putting it back, turning it on, and I hope we got it this time. I'm pretty sure we got it pretty much done. There's not many other places it could leak or lose water. And that's all we were fixing. So, yeah. Yep. You must have just joined us. We just got back from our first. There's our first junior. That's Junior, our shiner minnow. We just caught him. And then we got 2 turtles over there in that pond. We got some mollies. We got a plinko. We got pooter or goldfish. There's pooter right there. And then cooter and scooter and pooter all together. Look at them. Yep. It's the boys and girls. Look at this guy still over here working on the worm. Oh, he's drinking now. He's drinking his water. I see you. His name is Junior. His name is Shiner Junior. We killed Shiner. We killed his relative, his cousin. So this one's Junior. Did you get full? He's like, put me down, Mom. Look at, put me down. All right. Always put your turtles back where you found them. unless you found them in the road and take them to the side that they were going to. Or else they'll just turn around and go right back across the road. Alright guys, I'm out of here. I appreciate everybody showing up, hanging out with me for 2 hours. And yeah, check our video out tomorrow morning. We post every day, and then we got a show Thursdays at 6 o'clock. Soil discoveries. This week is a big week. It's our 4th show, and we got Matt Powers coming to join us. We're sponsored by APSUsoil.com, so go get a bag of APSU soil. And we'll see you tomorrow. Peace.